started.
Okay, one second. Let me, okay, yeah, now we got it. Okay, guys, how are you? Welcome to new community call. This is October 18. Well, this is another, as you know, bear market community call. I guess we are already used to this at this moment. So even if there is bear market out there, we are still, very much busy building at Kleros. I mentioned last week that I was very much doing a lot of research regarding the use of Kleros in the context of esports I cannot mention anything because this is an important potential collaboration with a big association, but for now, just know that we are doing this exploration. If you happen to be involved in esports, and in particular in the context of dispute resolution in this type of activity, I would like to talk to you. And if you have some friend who is working in this, there are lots of different disputes happening in the world of esports or gaming in general. We are making a list of persons that we are interviewing to understand a bit better what are the challenges and the disputes that happen in this type of context. Some of them are connected to intellectual property because of infringement of copyright or trademark stuff. Others are more linked to the game itself, like cheating and that. So I'm spending a lot of my time doing this type of research. So if you happen to know people working on this, feel free to come and let me know. I would like to speak to them. So that is one thing. Then the other big thing is, as you know, pushing the snaps. We have this week we had for example, a workshop for better team alignment on how we want to approach this and how we want to sell the Kleros Scout. As you know, there is some incentive program. I don't know, Jean, if you want to comment on that.
Yes, we also have a new dashboard that you can use to check how many submissions there are, and there are some chains that did not receive many submissions and some registries. So if you're interested, I will check the dashboard and then find submissions that will get the better rewards.
Okay, thank you, Jean. Then we have, I don't know why I didn't start with this. We just started the Kleros Bootcamp kickoff call. We have a bunch of very interesting teams that we are helping to structure their projects and start with their work. As you know, we had an incubator at Kleros. We incubated a few teams, but the thing with that program is that it was in person in Lisbon. So this was a very big friction point because we had to have the teams go there, and so of course expensive, and also it's some people can't go because of family or whatever reasons. So we got lots of questions from community members and potential teams if they could do it remotely, and so in order to do this remotely, we developed this bootcamp that is kind of a virtual incubator. In this case, we are not going to invest in the teams directly as we did in the incubator, but we are just going to give them the learnings and the teachings that we give in the incubator and the content. And then to those teams that deserve it, we might invest in them. This is part of our ecosystem development work. So we just before this call, we had the launch call for the bootcamp, and this is going to have a number of workshops about strategy, mechanism design, smart contracts, marketing, everything that you need to know. Everything I wish I knew when we started Kleros, so we would have made less mistakes, but it's fine. We learned this the hard way. So that is going. Then we are starting the interviews with the fellowship, and we are doing them next week. I think on Monday and Tuesday. Trying to squeeze stuff where I can. In particular, I was very happy to have one of the members of the previous cohort of the fellowship that actually he came now to the boot camp. So he's, I guess at some point we could call him a Kleros dieharder. He signs up in everything we do. So we're happy. I mean, at least he is happy with the work we do because he's coming back. So that's awesome. We are doing the fellowship. This is the 7th cohort, and it's quite interesting to see how at some point things start to connecting the dots, because people start asking about how could you use Kleros for distributed solution in the context of like energy markets. I mean, guy comes into a Telegram and asks that, oh, look, we have this fellowship report that was written 4 years ago and explaining how we could use Kleros for resolving disputes in the peer-to-peer energy markets. So I guess, a lot of things that we did in the past start to be compounding and start to become, I'd say, even like in the point of view of marketing, I was this last week, there was this conference in London with this very, very important law firm, one of the most important law firms in the world, called Allen & Overy. And one of the people that attending the conference, they said, well, these guys are like big time arbitrators. They resolve disputes for millions of dollars. So they say, look, if you have a dispute like for less than 100K, I mean, just go to Kleros. So some of the most important lawyers in the world of arbitration, they just they are in the just use Kleros vibes now, which is quite impressive. So yeah, we have that. You can only start seeing those things after you work at something for many years, because it takes a lot of time to build that reputation, that trust, that legitimacy. So that was quite comforting to see happening, right? So we had that. I will let maybe Marcos, do you have any update from business development? We will have Wang Yan at some point come to give a comprehensive update. Wang Yan is in a very a bit complicated time zone, but we will do it at some point.
Yes, we have some updates from the BD team. In first place, these 2 weeks we have been doing the partnership ecosystem update, where we are now at 163 commit partnerships, up from 150 in the end of June. This week we complete our integration with 0x Liquidity that is going to be using Kleros Escrow, and then we are in the works with other 2 projects that are called Superscript and CounterLeaks. And then we have some events this week. Wang Yan is going to be attending to ETH Mexico. That is going to be the 21st of October. And then on Saturday, we are going to have the 3rd Kleros Cup, where we are going to be inviting some close projects to Kleros to be part of this, of this football tournament. And then we are going to have a dinner.
Awesome. Thank you, Marcos. Let's go to William now.
Sure. So in terms of research, one of our PhD students we work with, Jan, is wrapping up a series of behavioral experiments that he's working on that will test aspects of the voting system research that we've been doing for the past several years, some of which is detailed in the yellow paper. I know there are other PhD student, Jamila, is just starting her visiting research position at Hong Kong University to take advantage of the sort of resources there as she continues with her thesis. And then from my end, I'm still more or less working on the spellbound token ideas I've probably mentioned in previous weeks. So these are these ideas of trying to use kind of decentralized identity mechanisms where people might have some soulbound token saying that they have some specific kind of expertise. Maybe they have a credential, they got a diploma or something, and maybe that soulbound token is granted to you directly from an institution, a university, if they wanted to do something like that on chain. More viably, maybe you get it by signing up on some kind of curated list, where you sign up on a curated list of experts by submitting yourself. And then how can you use that kind of information to draw sets of juries like that are intentionally sort of diverse in the kinds of soulbound tokens they have. So drawing sort of inspiration from the kinds of ideas people like Glenn Weil and his circle of people have on like quadratic funding, where like quadratic funding contributions are weighted by soulbound tokens, to like juror staking, where like how much you stake in PNK translates into your odds being drawn via some weighting by soulbound tokens.
Thank you, William. Also, from the point of view of research, well, I could also mention that they spoke at this conference called InfraChain in Luxembourg. I was not in Luxembourg, I was online. And then we had another conference where actually Ian attended, that was taking place in Neuchâtel. So Neuchâtel is, well, I guess it's one of the main places for decentralized justice, because that is where Florence Guillaume teaches, and so she has written extensively on decentralized justice, and so there was this conference there. So that's also maybe worth mentioning from the point of view of research. And I guess I don't think there is much more. Sorry, also my brain is a bit fried after like 8 hours straight of calls. So and if you find me a bit slow of reaction, maybe it's because of that. But yeah, we have that. Am I forgetting something, Jean, or anyone?
No, I think
so just one thing. Then lots of recruiting interviews. We are recruiting a lot of different positions: front end, back end, policy writer, and also doing interviews for expanding the team. So yeah, that's also maybe worth mentioning. Yeah, Jean, please.
Just would like to mention that we're continuing exploring the new visuals, new aesthetics for Kleros that might be useful for the redesign of the site, and of course for new projects. And yes, I think that's it. One thing that I would like to add about liquidity, 0x liquidity, it's one that Marcos mentioned before. They already had a dispute and used the Kleros escrow, so that's really nice, and hopefully more projects of the incubator and of the bootcamp can use it as well.
There you go. Well, I guess that's it for today, guys. Thank you all for coming, and see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Everyone, see you.